that pain that I felt was out of this world.
I'm starting this vlog in faith and in trust in God that this is going to be my labor and delivery vlog. Today is clean, you know.
Child, wait for your daddy. I take God beg you. Wait to
I'm 36 weeks and 4 days today. I'm just trying to rearrange my hospital bag now. Then I'm beginning to have contractions. I can feel them.
My husband will soon be here. He has no idea I'm here, by the way.
If you have any woman in your life and you're still treating them badly, God will judge you. I'm telling you, God will judge you. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Debola here. If this is your first time seeing me, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome. Take a seat and let's get into the video of today. Now today's video is my labor and delivery story. I'm currently 3 months postpartum and I'm just telling that story. I have some raw footages and clips from the day before I had my baby and the day we met our son, but at a point during the whole period I couldn't film. We stopped filming. Of course, it wasn't in the picture, and it was just boom, baby was here. So I'm going to be talking through, and you would also watch some of those clips with me. Okay,
I'm starting this vlog in faith and in trust in God that this is going to be my labor and delivery vlog, because in the last 3 days, a lot of things have gone down. My husband is coming to join me today, and for that I'm grateful. But in the last 2 days I've lost my mucus plug, and today I seem to be leaking, so water broken. I've spoken to my midwife. I've explained everything going on with me. She's calmed me down, put people on standby, and she said she thinks I'm in labor, but she wants me to know if I come into the hospital too early, you know what that is: increased monitoring, more bills, more pressure, and quite frankly I don't want that. So all I'm experiencing right now is very heavy pressure down there and some pains in my lower back. When I sit, they ease, of which this morning, in anticipation and welcome of my husband, I got up, I've made fried rice with chicken and beef. I've cleaned the house, done everything, because when I woke up, lying down for me was uncomfortable, sitting was uncomfortable, standing and walking around was what was bringing me comfort. But towards the end of my cooking, standing became, difficult. The pressure increased, so I'm just trying to rearrange my hospital bag now. Please guys, don't leave this till the last minute. It's packed, right? But there are some things I need to take this out, put this there, take this. So I'm doing that now. Then I'll go and shower, take a cold shower, and just lie down and rest and monitor what happens. Wear a pull-up diaper because of the leak, and just being comes with my midwife, and then we watch what happens. But it's about to get real. I thank God for bringing me thus far. I really thank God. It's not been the easiest, or no, I take that back. It's been a very beautiful journey, and I'm so grateful that the end is near. It's in sight. I can see it, and I thank God for everything. So I'll keep you guys posted on what happens next. Today is December 14. So I'll let you guys know what happens. So guys, like a few minutes after I got off the phone with my midwife, she texted me that she's informed my OB, my doctor, and she said I should come in just for them to check to be sure of what is going on, because actually I'm 36 weeks and 4 days today, just a few days to 37, which is regarded as proper full term. 36 is early term, but they're really good to go, but 37, everything is good. So she just called back that she's on her way to get me. I'm ready, dressed, ready to go and see what's going on there. Yeah, so I'll keep you guys posted what happens after then, whether I'm coming back home or I'm going to remain in the hospital. I don't know, but fingers crossed that I'm coming back home. Yeah.
And I play like joke. See my hand, I don't handcuff you, change my clothes. I don't think I'm going back home today. Thankfully my bag is packed. That's it in the corner. That's the dress I wore. To Jesus be the glory. Ooh, la, la. So yeah, I thought I was going to go back home, but I didn't, or I couldn't. I was not allowed to go back home, and a part of me knew that I was not going to go back home, and that was why I did that little running around to repack my hospital bag, move things around and just get ready, because when she got to my apartment to pick me up, I was walking towards the door and then she goes, "Where's your bag?" I laughed and I'm like, oh my god. Within me I just said, oh my god, this thing is getting real. And she was like, yeah, you've got to go with your bag. So she went in, wheeled out my box for me, put it in the car, and off we went to the hospital. By the time we got to the hospital, my OB had called, giving instructions because she wasn't around. It was some days to Christmas and she had said she was going to be out of town. She was going to arrive, I think, the evening of that day of the following morning. So she had given instructions for them to check me, do da. And then I was taken to my room, which was like my birthing suite, and they started to fix everything. They were bringing in the monitors and all of that. They gave me the hospital gown to change into. I'm like, oh my god, this thing is getting real. And then I was told that because my water had broken but not fully broken, and hence the leak, there was the risk of infection. So because of that, I would not be allowed to go back home. I was like, wow, okay, it is getting very, very real. So I'm currently being monitored. My baby's heart rate and I think contractions have been monitored for about 20 minutes. And I'm just playing music to, you know, saturate this place and just invite God into this place. God is good. God is good. I can't believe I'm here now. Thank God. And then I'm beginning to have contractions. I can feel them. They're like bad menstrual cramps. You know, I'm still talking through them, so not bad. I'm currently taking antibiotics IV. I'm watching up along. Let me show you. Yeah. Yeah. Still here.
Because this is very important. This is very important.
So my IV line is done. I've been allowed to move around. So that's what I'm just trying to do. And so I can help my contractions progress. Yeah. So this is what I look like. Baby's doing fine. I'm doing okay. My husband will soon be here. He has no idea I'm here, by the way. So I feel for him, but this baby has its own mind. Okay, I'm gonna be updating you guys as things progress, but God is good. I just want to use food to finish me. Oh God. You are the sovereign God. You are my King. Yeah, so my husband was supposed to arrive that evening, and he had no idea I had gone to the hospital so much, admitted and not even allowed to go back home. All I did was, I think I called my dad. I kept my dad in the know. I told my brother and wife, because they are all medical doctors. I didn't want to alarm anybody. I just wanted my home or internal medical team to know and just to be following up. And then I told one of my friends that I think I just sent her a picture with my IV line, and she was like, hey. I said, calm down, just be praying with me. This is real, it's getting real, this is where I am. I don't want my husband to know, because she was also following up with my husband, but he had no idea. I didn't want to alarm him because he had a layover somewhere, and we spoke briefly. That time we were speaking, I was already going through minimal contractions at home. In fact, in between all of that was when I was talking to my midwife, but I did not want him to know. I just wanted him to land straight. I had no idea that I was going to go to the hospital later that day and not go back home. Anyway, I had asked my host to please, instead of taking him to the house, bring him straight to the hospital, and he graciously obliged him. I'm so grateful to Chris and family. He landed and he came to the hospital. He was stoned. He did not believe it, like, and was like, calm down, I've been doing okay, your baby is fine, we are doing fine. And we were just together. He went back home to settle in, I think change, bring food, and then he passed the night at the hospital with me. When I got to the hospital, I was about 2 centimeters dilated when I was checked. So my monitoring continued. The nurses would come every 30 minutes to check my blood pressure, pulse, all of that. And then at a point, because my water already broke, they had to be checking the baby's heart rate as well. So there was this belt that they tied over my tummy. It was quite uncomfortable, and they were using that to measure heart rate, contractions. And then we did all of that before they left me to like have my night's rest, and then wake me in the morning, I think between 5 and 6, to check on me, check on how I was doing and all of that. Before I get into that monitoring was very uncomfortable for mommies that have been through this process. That belt, oh my god, at a point I was asking them to remove it. Let me not get ahead of myself, because there are juicy stories in front. I could hear the heart rate of my baby. Initially it was nice, but at a point I'm like, I know my baby is doing fine, can you save me the stress? Because it became stressful for me to be hearing the the blood pressure machine cuff was on my arm all through. So every 30 minutes it was set to always check it every 30 minutes. So even when I remove it, the thing would just start inflating itself. And that's why constant monitoring is good, but at the same time it can be overstimulating, very demanding. And if your mental strength or if your mind is not strong, it can get you agitated in the event that there's something. So when I got to the hospital around 11 in the morning, the nurses that attended, very nice, very sweet, very warm. I felt okay. Even when she was doing the first check, she had prepared me. I should breathe in. That thing is uncomfortable, very uncomfortable, when they are checking for how many centimeters you dilated. But it wasn't painful. She was nice. Now, when they were changing hands and it was the evening shift, the lady on the evening shift, she was okay, but she was a lot. I was just managing and dealing with it. She tried, but I just wish she was more humane. She was doing her job. She was more like, she was very robotic. Not like I would ask questions, I would say this, and then she would respond. It was just a lot for me, and I was just waiting and praying that morning would come, she would change shift and they would bring in someone else, which eventually happened. But she didn't leave me until about 7, because my OB had given some instructions. So when it was morning time, I didn't feel contractions again. Well, I slept, so if I was feeling anything, I don't know. I was asleep. When I woke up, I was asked to go shower and then they would bring me food. So then I think I asked again. My dad was following up with me and checking how far have they come to check you again and all that. I said no. So they eventually came to do it, and the lady said I was 1 centimeter dilated. I felt broken and shattered. Like, why? How do you progress and then go back? Is that a thing when you're in labor? I've never heard it before. My husband was like, don't worry about it, don't worry about it, don't think about it. Maybe the lady didn't check well, you know, she was hesitant. Yes, actually, because I'd been asking her to check me again when it was close to midnight, but she didn't want to do that. She was just acting based on instructions she was given, and I guess she was just trying to be careful. Heck, so I did not want to disturb her. So when she eventually checked it, she said 1 centimeter. I was so devastated. I told my dad that is this a thing? He was just encouraging me that don't worry, everything is going to be fine, don't worry, everything is going to be okay. Then the nurses asked me if I was feeling any contractions. I'm like, I'm not exactly feeling anything. It was just like stomach cramps, like menstrual cramps. It wasn't more than that. Okay, let me backtrack. I just remembered a part of it that I missed. So when they were going to set me free for me to have my bath, cover the line so that water would not get into it and all of that, when I wanted to get up, I just heard broom. By the time I got up, it was more water. So more water had gushed out of me. It was like the entire water broke for real this time, because I heard it. I just could not film it. I think I took a picture. If it's not too gross, I'll put it here. I got up. So that was what made the nurse call my OB and then instructed her to do a check. That was what made her check and told me that I was just 1 centimeter dilated. Anyway, after I had my bath, I was served breakfast. I think it was toast and eggs, and they decided to prepare me that they think my contractions have slowed down, all my vitals are good, there's no problem. They don't see any reason why they should not put me on oxytocin. And then because of that, because I was still on antibiotics, they needed to open another line on my hands. The previous day, it was a struggle. I wish I had filmed this process. The doctor that was looking for vein at the back of my hand spent nothing less than 20 minutes hitting, tapping, doing this, do like this, do like, before they could find the veins. And then they were telling me I had baby veins. It took a while, so I was told that they needed to set another one on my left hand. So I was receiving the antibiotics on the right, they needed to set another one for oxytocin on the left. So they invited another male doctor who was much younger this time around, and he just dragged the seat. I told him that getting a vein on my hands, I've been told, is quite difficult. So he grabbed the seat and took his time. God bless him so much. I feel like everyone that attended to me up to the time my baby was brought out, everyone was very lovely, warm. I would say they were handpicked by God for me, because I was praying that prayer for months. In fact, my entire pregnancy, that at my delivery, Father Lord, let my delivery team, the entire team, every person that will attend to me at the hospital, let them be handpicked by God. And I think God answered that prayer. Eventually he found it. In fact, he found 2, so he put 2, kept one open, and decided to use another one in case we're going to get to C-section, so they wouldn't have to start rushing to find the vein and all of that. Anyway, they then told me that they were going to run oxytocin. It would help to move my contractions along and induce labor. That's the word I didn't want to use, but there's no way I'm going to talk about oxytocin and I won't talk about induction. And before that day, I'd read about induction, I'd watched people's videos talk about induction. I had heard stories about how induction can be crazy, how it's not fun. I'm like, oh God, hey, they're going to do this thing for me. Oh God, help me. Anyway, I prepared myself mentally and they began to run the oxytocin. And then they started it again. They resumed with the monitoring belts for the baby. Doing that, and with oxytocin, it was like I was going out of my mind. I was on that bed. I was in a lot of discomfort. it wasn't pain, it was just a lot of pressure and discomfort. Before it became pain, I had begged that they release me. I begged this lady so much, like, enough of the monitor. You monitored me practically the whole evening through the night to this morning. My baby is doing fine by the grace of God. I know he's doing okay. Anyway, I begged, and eventually she got in touch with my OB, and she said it was okay to let me off, allow me walk around the hospital. But because I had 2 lines running, my husband had to be moving the drip stand behind me. And then she taught me that whenever I'm moving around and I feel any contraction, I should squat and I take a deep breath and just let the contraction pass and then continue walking. So I was doing that. Oh God, it started to intensify. It was getting a lot. On a good day, I have a high pain threshold, but this one, if you have any woman in your life and you're still treating them badly, God will judge you. I'm telling you, God will judge you. That pain that I felt was out of this world. It was out of this world. Let me just tell you, it was a lot. Normal labor pain without anything inducing it is painful. Now add oxytocin or pitocin, now add that on top of it. Oh God, it's like it's coming back to back. They started the oxytocin line at 7 o'clock, 7 on the dot, because she wanted to time it, so they were on point with the timing. And I was going back and forth. I was in a lot of pain. I didn't cry, but I was so uncomfortable. My husband was scared. And then at the point, they brought in some forms for us to fill, that in case I don't progress as expected, I would need to go in for a C-section. Then they brought the forms. They asked my husband to read it out to me. I said, Baba, sign this thing. What are you with? Just sign. Shebi is just sign it. So he signed. They brought my side to me. I'm not even sure I read what was there. I just put my hand to paper and signed it. So I was uncomfortable. I was just saying all sorts of things. I was like, oh, TB, hey, it's too much. You know, like, oh, I'm in a lot of pain around me. Oh, my body. There was nothing I did not see. I was just looking at my husband. In hindsight, it's funny now, but it wasn't funny at the time. And I'm remembering the things I was saying to him. I wish we filmed this part, but nobody. I went to my tripod though. I carried my tripod to the hospital, but at that point, is that what would be on your mind? Anyway, at the point, I looked at him. I said, I held the shirt. I said to me, let's just go in for the C-section. I'm not doing this thing again. I'm not doing it. It's okay, because C-section, after the things, we still paying you. You will go to labor, we still paying you. Pain is. I was just ranting. Oh God, I was just ranting and saying whatever. Then the new nurses for the morning shift came in. They brought in the birthing ball that I should come. They taught me how to sit on it and then move my hips around on it. That it would help, all of that. So I was doing that. I felt a bit of relief. At the point, I even told them, please, can you pause this oxytocin? So they paused it. And I felt a bit of relief. But when my OB came, she was like, no, we need to get this moving along, blah, blah, blah. This, that. I was like, oh God. And then the nurses came. They were trying to encourage me that there's nothing wrong with me. My vitals are fine. There's no problem. There's no risk of infection. There was nothing that happens to the baby. Baby is doing fine. You're doing good. Also, because they just don't offer C-section, it really has to be a risk of something going bad before they offer it. So I'm like, hey God, you just have to help me. Anyway, at around maybe a few minutes to 10, my OB comes in and goes, at Debola, I hear you've not been behaving yourself. I'm like, doc, I'm in pain. And she was like, lie down, let me check you. And then she goes and says, oh my gosh, you're 8 centimeters dilated. Immediately I heard 8 centimeters dilated. Do you know that from that point on, it was as if something else entered me and I decided to comport, because I'm like, 8 cm, between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. That's just about 3 hours. I'd gone from 1 or 2 centimeters to 8 centimeters dilated. I could not believe it myself. So I locked in. I told myself I'm closer to the end than the beginning. So I stayed on that bed. I closed my eyes and I was like, everything it will take, I will give it. But I'm going to see this through by the grace of God. So I closed my eyes and I locked in. I held the bed like this, and as the contractions would come, I would take a deep breath. I'll hold it will go, and I just kept my eyes closed. But then I started to hear more voices in the room, and then I heard the voice of the pediatrician, because I'd booked my appointment we had like the week before. Thank God I had gone to book her and see her, because like I said, that week I was just 36 weeks and 4 days. Full term normally is 37 weeks. But again, right from time, my baby had always been measuring a week ahead, and towards the end of the pregnancy it became 2 weeks and some days ahead. So it was good as fine and ready to come out. Anyway, so I started to hear more voices in the room, and then I opened my eyes and I saw that they had started to set up. My ward or my room had become a proper birthing suite. The stirrups that would raise my legs had come in, the pediatrician's table had come, the lamp, everything. They started to change into blue. They asked my husband to excuse them at some point, but they brought him back. So I closed my eyes again, like, God, I don't know what is going on, but let me lock in. These contractions, I'm going to see them through. And then my OB was like, try and cough. So she was trying to, I could feel her fingers in me. She had told me she was going in, and then I should try to cough. She was like, go on, you're doing good. Cough, you're doing good. Say, she then said she can see the head of the baby. I said, you can see the head of the baby. My husband comes in and she was like, you're going to give me a very big poop, but when you feel another contraction. So I'd not felt one, and then at a point the contraction was more than I could hold with my breath, which was how I started it initially. So I was telling her that the contractions are getting strong, I can no longer take it in, I can't hold it. And then I was shouting, I want to poop. And then I let go. The contraction took over me. I did not push. Let me just put it like that. I only felt like I needed to poo, the way you will sit here. And she was like, let it out, poo. So they let it out, and I did that the first time, the second time. By the third time, I heard my baby screaming. I could not believe it. I heard my baby screaming, and they brought him out and put it in my hands. I was like, oh my God. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Let me hold him for a bit. I saw him. I was so emotional. Like, oh my gosh, thank you. Did I just have a baby? Did I just give birth? Did I just deliver a baby? Did I just deliver? And then they carried him to the pediatrician corner. They were caring for him and all of that. And then the doctor told me that I had a bit of tearing, so she was going to stitch that up, and that she was going to go in with the needles to numb the area and do the. I just did I did not feel anything, but I could feel the in and out, not pain. And that was completed. I could feel her cleaning me up. The nurses were doing that. They had collected baby stuff the night before, so they were ready. I was just looking at them cleaning my baby. They asked my husband to come and cut the umbilical cord. He was so scared. When I watched the videos, I burst into laughter. I was so scared. They cleaned him up. They put him in the bed, in the little baby bed beside me. It was just surreal. We're grateful to God. After that, I think they made me stay on the bed. They said they were going to continue the oxytocin so that it could help with my uterus contracting back into place. So after that finished, I think they ran another saline bag before I could get up, go to the bathroom, have a shower. Then I was given a sitz bowl to be able to do a sitz bath because of my stitches and all of that. By afternoon, because I had my baby some minutes to 11 that day, by afternoon I was able to sit up to eat and just rest. And then the calls started to come in, talking to my mom, my sisters, my friends, my family, everybody. it was such a beautiful one, such a beautiful experience. And then they would come, they were still coming to monitor me, to check my vitals. At the point my blood pressure was raised, but they realized that was because of the oxytocin and the contractions, because when baby was out, my everything dropped back to normal. It was okay, I was fine. And then the following day they came to give baby a bath. I watched them do that, check baby, check me. I saw the doctor, and we were discharged the afternoon of the following day. Yeah, we went home the afternoon of the following day. So there you have it, guys, my labor and delivery story. I salute all women. I am grateful to God for all mothers all over the world, including my own mom, having to do this 4 times. 4 times. I've only been through this process once, and let me just keep quiet. Mom is in the house. How was your experience? Whichever way you had your baby, all thanks to God, your baby is here. Whether vaginally, whether via C-section, you have your baby. That is what is important. None trumps the other. If you think CS is the easy way out, think again. Think again. I wouldn't say more than that. Okay, guys, we've come to the end of this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Mommies, let me know the hardest part of labor for you. Is it the contractions? Is it the pushing? Is it the afterbirth? So this video marks the end of my pregnancy series. Thank you so much for following me from my first trimester video up to this one. If this video has helped you, if you've learned a thing or two, or you would even want to share some of your thoughts or your experiences, please feel free to do so in the comment section. I look forward to reading from you, and I'll see you again in my next one. Bye.